I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
2 years later, how did this become an issue?
Andy, it's a shooting. It's on the news. There was a shooting at Candy Bird's restaurant.
Okay.
My nephew just got shot 2 years ago. They used to work for her.
The shooting at Candy's restaurant, Old Lady Gang, is hitting home. My nephew was shot by someone he met at Old Lady Gang, okay? And that was his roommate.
So, Candy, if you could go back in time, would you have changed anything about your reaction to it?
I don't feel like I did anything wrong with her.
So you don't feel like you could have... You don't feel like flowers and chicken wings?
Let me understand. So we fell out that bad because I didn't send you
we
flowers?
We didn't fall out that bad. I expected more from you, but I'm okay. You could have just called my sister and sung a song.
Hold on.
Anything.
I don't really know her like that.
Marlo, why were you so pressed on Drew's word choice for the incident at Candy's restaurant?
Andy, if it was anything with me, these girls are not going to watch their word choice.
Producer said, hey, there's an elephant in the room. None of y'all gonna bring it up? Y'all, every single person was scared to bring it up. And Drew, I give her props. She was the only one that had courage to bring it up. But when she brought it up, Drew said, y'all can really tell if you look at it. The incident that happened, girl, this was on the news. There was a shooting at Candy's restaurant. Blaze was on the news. But poor Drew was so scared. And she was the only one with enough courage to say, and I mean, when I tell y'all, Kenya, everybody look at that girl like, if you don't be quiet, this is Queen Candy. We don't talk about anything negative that happens to her.
I'm not you. I'm quiet. I am an individual. And Ralph, you listen too. Listen while I'm quiet and I talk.
Somebody getting shot at, no disrespect to any of your family. I've lost a lot of family. I'm from Chicago. And you, out of all people, if you experienced it, why would I make a moment about that?
My nephew, who used to work with Candy, who used to work for Candy at Old Lady Gang, he got shot and killed. I called Candy, reached out to Candy, told her about it. And to me, I didn't get the acknowledgement I wanted from her. She didn't acknowledge it. Then, as you see, I went into her home a day or two later, and she had as if I never even texted her about it. So to me, it's all about the acknowledgement. It's about, if it was Marlo, let me tell you this, it had been Marlo. I get it. I get incident sounds better than shooting. But don't you think defending myself sounds better than me stabbing somebody or cutting somebody? I'm confused. But this is my friend now. This is my friend who tried to get me a TV show. This is my friend who referred me to an agent. This is my friend. So if I call you and tell you my blood nephew, my sister's firstborn, was shot and murdered that used to work for you. He didn't work for you 10 years ago. He just worked for you. His death has been 2 years now, but he was still working for you less than, 5 or 6 months ago. And you're not going to say, girl, I'm going to send flowers. I'm sorry to hear that, sis. Let me send a platter from Old Lady Gang. Let me reach out to your sister. Come on. Come on. I mean, how do you not acknowledge that? So do y'all get where I'm coming from? So any questions you have, ask. Because I want y'all to really be clear on why I was yelling. That shit triggered me. It triggered me to where here we go again. We sit here. If it's anything negative with Candy, it cannot be discussed. It won't be discussed. But let it be something negative with Marlo. It's gonna be discussed.
You feel my heart right now? Like, I'm getting like, are you acting or are you for real? My nephew died. You can Google.
We're not doing that.
My nephew is dead. My blood nephew is dead. My blood nephew is dead. You're talking about acting. No, you're acting about my nephew. My nephew is dead, bitch! Before the end of the episode, Drew had mentioned an incident at Candy's place.
Right.
So I'm sitting there like, why are you saying incident?
It was a shooting.
It was a shooting.
Yes.
It was on the news. It was all over the world.
Yes.
And it was your nephew. It's no way in hell if this would have happened at La Archive. If Candy's nephew worked at La Archive and there was a shooting at La Archive, but they said, oh, the incident that happened at La Archive, y'all know.
She tried to put on this thing. Like last week, I saw how they tried to show a clip. She tried to say, I don't like to show nothing, which is a motherfucking lie. I've been showing my life the entire time I've been on this show, okay? Now, what happened was, because I screenshot it just so you guys know, and I saw she tried to lead you to believe something different with her text, that like I just didn't care, which was not true. Pause the TV if you don't believe. But actually, we're going to put the text up for you guys on the screen so you can read it real good for yourself. She said to me, Candy Yams, with the exclamation, Candy Yams, did you have a guy named working for you at Old Lady Gang? This is August 13th, 2020. I said, I can't remember. I will check. She said, please do. I wrote her back, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. I wasn't dismissing her nephew. I didn't even know it was her nephew when she first said it. I'm just saying, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. Then she writes back, wow, that was my nephew. He got last night. I said, oh, really? What? With a whole bunch of question marks and exclamations. I was like, how? She said, his mom just said he worked there. And then she writes back, roommate, him twice. I said, damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
You said sorry.
Yeah, I said, damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
They said you didn't say sorry, not even a sorry.
No, she's lying.
So Candy, we were trying to ask her about the shooting. She's like, yeah, let's talk about the girl you stabbed. So y'all stop talking
let's talk about when you cut the girl in the face then.
Okay, let's talk about it. She was over 23 years ago.
20 years ago again.
Yes, it's something I regret.
That's something you have to live with every day. You get what I'm saying?
Every day of my life. I'm waking up, I'm dreaming, I'm hurt. And she passed years after our incident.
Sounds like there's some empathy missing there.
So at first, when it was brought back to me, because it hasn't been, you haven't seen when they told me about it, but when I first caught wind of this, I was told like she was trying to say that the person who her nephew was worked at Old Lady Gang or something like that, and that is why she was triggered with our conversation when Drew didn't mention, which I was like, wait, what? Because first of all, the person never worked at Old Lady Gang, to be clear. Her nephew did work at Old Lady Gang for a short period of time during the pandemic, to be clear. Oh, Lord. So just to be clear, we hired her nephew November 19, 2019. I did meet him because we have an annual Christmas party for our staff in December. So I did meet him then at the Christmas party. I didn't really see him that much after that because the pandemic started in March, in which we were shut down.
Well, we were in California for Masked Singer. You were gone.
Oh, right. That's the other thing, y'all. I also, right after the Christmas party, I went to LA for a few months. Well, for like 2 months to do the Masked Singer, as you all know. I wasn't even in Atlanta. I wasn't around her nephew. I did not see him. So after that Christmas party, I didn't see him no more. And then when I did get back home, Atlanta was shut down for the pandemic. So from March, and we didn't open back up until mid-May. He did come back and work for us in June. July, he left again. I'm just telling you, those are real dates. You know, I always come with facts and receipts. Did I know her nephew well? No, I did not. When people come to work at a restaurant, I don't really know what's going on in their life. A lot of people that we've employed hundreds, well, maybe 1,000 people through all the different restaurants at this point. Do I know what happens in all of their lives? No, especially during that time. I was trying not to be in the restaurant that much during that time. When somebody stops working with us, I don't know what's going on in their life.
We're going to get a husband and we'll talk about it.
Get you a wife.
What you got is a Birkin and some memories, bitch.
A Birkin and memories, bitch. I have
That's all you
thousands of
got.
Birkins.
That's all you carry,
Worth
honey.
more than your
That's all
entire
you carry.
home.
You're looking for a moment.
When this whole thing became a big issue, I feel like both of you guys were taking it the wrong way. So you felt like, and you had a valid point, she was trying to attach this shooting to your business, which I told you that wasn't the case. She felt the way she felt, which was like she wished you'd have done more. But you were more upset. Weren't you more upset because you felt like it was something negative?
Her whole story changed. When she first started, yes, it did. When it first started out, it was all about why you can't say shooting, why you can't say nothing about her business. Everybody, nobody want to say anything.
But that was her issue with Drew, not with you.
Like, I'm getting like, are you acting or are you for real? My nephew died. You can Google.
We're not doing that.
My nephew is dead. My blood nephew is dead. My blood nephew is dead. You're talking about acting. No, you're acting about my nephew. My nephew is dead, bitch! Courtney, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You ready?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Don't close that door on me.
You said that was like your family, or that's who you are.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, what's the problem?
I asked her, did she call you a B? And she said no. She promised that she didn't.
I said that bitch in a reference. It came to me. And to you.
But we never got
that. I apologize.
She
lied and went to go
about
to a basketball
nothing.
game.
Did you visit Ty in Texas?
First of all, I saw her. I went to her game. Okay, and I did not need Ralph. Ralph, I don't know what Ralph's been doing. A lot of things. Like, if we're going to talk about that, that's a whole nother conversation.
Well, you need to talk
I'm not
about
getting ready
it
to
some
sit here and go into the 9 years of my marriage.
Right.
Because she doesn't know anything about it.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, her and Ralph have gotten together. She has been coached by Ralph.
I was genuinely trying to establish a relationship with Drew that was authentic, and it was very challenging. And some of the things that I had heard the other women say about Drew I was starting to experience those things for myself. And I realized a lot of the depiction of Ralph from Tampa, like when I learned about what happened in Tampa and how certain things were filmed that of course never aired, and Drew knew where he was, and they were actually on the verge of getting divorced then, which is why he was in Tampa, and Drew knew where he was. And I was like, Ralph, why were you okay with running with that storyline? And he was like, well, Drew thought it would be good for the camera. I don't think she realized how negatively it was going to affect me. And he's talking to me. I was like, really? And so just as he's talking to me, I'm like, I just can't imagine being married to someone, or just Bryce and I co-parenting Jayla, and me doing something on national TV that's going to destroy his reputation, because that's her father forever. So you've got these kids, and you really thought that was a great storyline to run with. And then I started to learn more and more, and I really couldn't believe some of the things that was happening in that marriage. So I am not here to it's gonna all come out. So like I said, stay tuned, but you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. And I think before, when I was watching seasons before, I was like, Ralph is an asshole, right? And now that I know everything, I'm like, this is very interesting.
Well, yeah, that is what's starting to happen. But when this whole thing happened, because that was Drew and Ralph's first season, she knew the whole time where he was in Tampa.
Yes. And there were, from what I understand, they filmed some of that, but they went with this storyline not knowing it would go as far as it went.
Conjuring up things and regurgitating it, and I don't have to answer to her.
Do you lie to everybody?
Disgusting.
Stop it.
Girl, you don't know you don't even know
I know
me.
you're a compulsive liar. It's clear.
When did Ralph tell you he was planning on divorcing Drew?
When he knew for sure about the affair and he had the evidence.
And when was that?
I can't remember exactly.
Well, was it like after Portugal?
Yeah, it was after Portugal.
Are there any moments throughout while filming when something comes up where Ralph actually was like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you about this and scene? Has he ever approached you? There's something we may not have seen in the episode?
No, he and I were talking, and it wasn't like we were talking every day, right? Like, the funny part was we were, talking to our cousins, because we just couldn't even believe it, right? Because I'm real close to my cousins, and he is too. And so we were definitely, it was more of that stuff, and then we would talk. I knew, as soon as I met him, I knew he was ready to divorce Drew. That was no secret. They had been, he told me about the whole Tampa situation and what really happened. And
do you believe him on the Tampa situation?
I have no reason not to believe him, I think, at this point. But I do know that they were already talking about divorce at that point, and they both have admitted that, right? So yeah, it was after Portugal. And he was really heartbroken about it, really just devastated.
Right.
Candy, what do you know about the Ty
disgusting.
rumors or relationship?
All I know is that Drew said that, that would be her girl crush. She said it to you, and she said it to my makeup artist. And then my makeup artist said it to Erica, and Erica brought Ty to the set the next day.
Be clear, what was dropped in the blogs was that Drew and Ty, well, she's cool. Me and Ty are cool. We friends too. But she's known to the public because she used to be in a relationship with Mimi, who used to also be on the other reality show, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And so Ty is a public person, meaning she's been in the public eye before. She has had her own professional career as an athlete in the WNBA before. So she's had her own career of success or whatever. So it's not like she's, trying to put herself out there, and she's not trying to get any hype off of this situation. Right. So I want y'all to be clear. This ain't a person who just tried to send a story to the blogs or anything. So this was not sent by Ty. I'm just trying to make that clear.
Right.
But apparently, Mimi, who used to be in a relationship with Ty, had posted a picture. What she post? I forgot.
A pic of Drew and Ty, I think, right?
She posted a picture of Drew and Ty.
Oh, Ty was at Ralph's party?
Mm-hmm. Ty was at Ralph's party.
I didn't know that.
So Ralph
Did Ralph know Ty prior to this? No, I don't think.
No, Drew did invite Ty to the party, to be clear. Now,
child, that's news for me.
No, she invited Ty to Ralph's party.
Oh, well, so you didn't go?
Mm-mm. I wasn't invited because
You saying to Ralph's party?
Yeah.
Okay.
He invited me, and then me and Drew were like beefing. I was like, "That's not a good idea." And he's like, "All right, cool." Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I was invited. I chose not to go because of where Drew and I were.
Right. So anyway, to be clear to everyone, this tea dropped in the blogs. It was going viral as Drew was sitting down in her chair.
It is at.
I was just thinking about when I was here and Ralph was here.
Rumor starts to circulate after Drew and Ralph's divorce news.
I don't really have my ear to the streets like that, so I wasn't hearing a lot of rumors. I mean, obviously I know the stuff that they go through that we've all seen, they've struggled with and the gaslighting, all that kind of stuff, but I was literally shocked.
There was a lot of rumors out there.
There's a lot of
rumors out there.
Me and Sheree here was in the street.
I mean, it's just the energy we're in. I have no idea. When it came out, it was definitely, because I found out with you actually in my
You were in the
interview,
chair.
right?
Rumors are just that, they're rumors. Had I heard some things after they filed for divorce, but never before.
Now, what I will say is, on this episode, I did not like how she tried to drop in there about, what did she say? I met Ty on Candy's movie.
Like, you were the mastermind behind
this
this whole
movie.
thing. Candy, you're good.
I'm like, why she sitting up there acting like I'm like, she's acting like I am the mastermind of her being a full-out lesbian and going on.
Candy, you are good, girl.
Why did she drop my name in there like that? And it was the way she said it.
You know why.
She said, on Candy's movie. What? Girl.
With Drew.
And as soon as they put that out, I knew somebody was gonna try to blame me for that mess. So I'm gonna clear up what her meeting Candy's movie. How she ended up meeting on Candy's movie.
Please do, because I want to hear this.
Okay.
Let's
So be clear.
speak on it, Candy.
Yes, because I didn't like that. Because first of all, I did not like when she told Sheree during the season that I had made up this story about her kissing girls for the sake of promoting a movie.
But no one believed that.
But I didn't like it. Right. I didn't like it. So anyway, I definitely didn't like her dropping my name again in that way. So anyway, from the way my understanding is, okay, so our movie stars, the three major leads are Drew, Erica, which is a friend of mine, but she's an amazing actress,
Right.
and Rob.
Right.
Okay. They all are actors who work a lot.
Right.
They got a lot of movies behind their name. Now, with that being said, Erica is also friends with Ty.
Oh,
Okay? I'm friends with Ty.
Yeah,
It's cool.
okay.
But on set, apparently, and Mayetta says this on the show.
Two different, yeah.
On the set, Drew said something to the effect of, if things don't work out with Ralph and I, then I'll just I might have to just get with my girl crush or something.
Ooh.
And you know, Marietta said, "Who is your girl crush?" And she said, "Ty."
I saw that in the confessional, Manietta's confessional. Yeah.
Right. So she said it to Marietta,
Okay.
but she also said it to my friend who was a makeup artist and she had a part in the movie as well, Tay.
Okay.
I don't want to get mixed up. Let's say my friend who's a makeup artist, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, with that being said, my friend who's a makeup artist mentioned it to Erica. The next day, Erica had brought Ty to set.
Because Drew said that.
Now, I don't know if it was because of what Drew said.
I like the hookup.
I don't know if it was because of what she said.
Okay.
But what I will say, she said prior that was her girl crush.
So, Candy, it wasn't you who set the whole thing up.
I didn't set it up. She said out her own mouth to the people who you heard Marietta say herself, from her mouth to Marietta's ears, it's on the show, that Ty was her girl crush. So it was mentioned to another friend on set who's friends with Ty, and voila, Ty showed up the next day.
Okay.
Now, I don't know.
It was two different ways.
What?
The makeup artist, you know, I guess they're probably just talking about how it's going so far. And she's like, yeah, you know, you're not thinking anything of it. You're like, you know, I was trying to help Drew get into it. You know, she's talking about a scene with a girl, and it's like, well, just think about, like, who your girl crush is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
right.
She said, ooh, so you brought her dream to life.
Wait, hold on, not me. Stop dropping me. No. Now, mind you, just because she said that was her girl crush, it does not mean you have to act on that. So I'm not saying that makes her guilty, innocent, or anything. Right. I'm just saying that Candy didn't do it. Right. Okay? That's what I'm making. It manifested
She's
itself.
a great manifester
like,
then.
yeah, don't be Candy's movie. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, so after that, Ty may have stopped by the set a couple times. May or may not. I'm not confirming.
Right.
But she had friends on the set. I mean, a few of us are friends with her.
So, you say you don't like girls?
Yeah, if I ever did, you know.
She was at Ralph's birthday party.
Marlo, what do you and Sheree know about this?
Oh my gosh. I'm just being quiet, and the mumbles is gonna mumble over here and listen.
Oh my gosh, I so don't want to be in the middle of this, but I was given some information. It was dropped off to my house a couple days ago.
To the chateau.
They dropped it off at the chateau, honey.
Okay.
They did. Okay. And it just paints a different picture of their relationship, her and Ty.
Were they photographs? Were
What is it? Shared it to me.
These are private messages that are between Ty and, I'm assuming, Drew. Courtney, did you drop these off at Sheree's house?
I promise I did not. I knew it.
Because Ralph brought it to you.
Do you feel weird being in that space where people are like, yo, I just want to give you information so you could be as messy as possible so I can watch you turn up on the show?
Absolutely, because I'm like, get a life. Don't you see I have enough mess to deal with in my own life? Thank you, but no thank you.
I do think it's being a little more transparent now because so when I did reality TV, there was that wall was still up where it was like, you can't say, well, the producers told me to bring up. But now I'm hearing a lot of that on this season where they're like, well, they told me to bring up this situation with the $1,000 and you not paying the chef, or they told me to bring up. Do you feel like somebody you got in the issue with at the beginning, Candy, do you feel like Candy gets a pass when it comes to having to like discuss some of those controversial topics?
So I don't think she gets a pass. I think that she doesn't discuss what she doesn't want to, and that's okay. I think that, you know, you don't have to. I mean, there are things I'll get as a beat, which is what you're supposed to talk about. If I'm not comfortable or if I don't feel that 100%, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm accountable to everything I say, right? So I think Candy is good at only talking about what she wants to talk about, right?
And if these are real, which we don't know they are, they're very incriminating.
They're very friendly. We're friends.
Are there any naked pictures in there or kitty cats? Can I see them?
I wanted to see them.
Yeah, you select the reading right
I was just trying to find something incriminating.
This is not anything incriminating.
What? My DMs are popping.
I didn't see that part.
Man, you texting like that?
That is what Ty said to me.
First and foremost,
Can you
if you saw my DMs are popping.
The texts are real?
So they're real?
Those are real texts?
I don't know. Ralph is really.
I was like, let me read this real quick before they take it back. I saw the part when it says, good morning. I couldn't remember, like, who was saying what.
Ooh, what do we have here? You better live it up. 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 I know a strappiana when I see one. Ooh, get the strap. You better live it up. Get the strap. You better live it up.
I don't want to say
Said
who
it.
told because I
Sheree
don't
got
want
some
to. He
secret
did tell
documents.
Well, let's talk about
Clearly,
it.
it's the
He told the
assistant
people.
going around saying
But
all
is
that.
it true,
Oh my
Drew?
God.
He told a few people.
He's been going
definitely
around
did.
telling
The
quite a few
assistant
No, your
people.
assistant did tell
I
people
said
that.
the
What
assistant
assistant?
did. The guy that's in the clip when you are in your trailer.
Don't lie on his name. We've had
No.
conversations
He's
with this
actually
man.
just saying it. It's nobody's lying.
Ralph is the streets. This all started with Ralph. He apologized for talking to me. Like, y'all can't get involved in things that y'all don't know about.
Oh, what is that?
Who is this? Ooh, I love it. I love that you did that.
I know you do love it.
Who is this?
A woman for Ralph?
Who is it?
That's his phone number.
Oh, wow.
Is it his
Who is
picture
that?
or her picture?
This is a woman with a big ass saying, are you
Sheree,
gonna...
is that you?
What did it say,
It
Andy?
said, are you going to bring me back that dick?
And there's a lot
Can you
more
do
of
me?
that.
Can you do me a favor?
That's what I've been going through over the years.
Yes.
And you just apologized to me, and you won't
Wait,
even come out
Drew,
here.
Drew.
I
This
really
is
was
where it gets
praying
really
you were gonna
interesting.
come out here and stand on your word and apologize, just like you did off camera. I was hoping you would actually come on here and do right by me.
And Drew, I feel like this season you have a lot that you have to deal with.
Girl.
And so new music, first of all, let's put that out because you were doing a video. And this is a song that Ralph, did he write this song?
He produced it. He
wrote
co-produced it.
Okay, he co-produced it.
Yeah.
And so, but y'all were going through, I guess in the studio, that's when things were really working between you guys as you were trying to work through your marriage.
Yes.
But then unfortunately, we found out that things did end up falling apart and you both actually filed for divorce. Right? Like you filed first and then he filed right after.
Y'all racing to the courthouse.
Why does that happen? Just for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Like why does it matter who files for divorce?
Well, we were in marriage counseling, so I'll start there. We were in marriage counseling. He stopped coming to marriage counseling, and I stayed in marriage counseling. And during that time, we focused on music because that was like what brought us together, and that was our happy place. So that was kind of a good distraction for us, but we weren't dealing with the issues in the marriage. So ultimately, what you see is, we're enjoying each other. We enjoy music. We're both passionate, but those issues were still coming up, some on camera, some off camera. And really, we just reached a breaking point of things that continuously happened in the marriage that I no longer could deal with.
Right.
So he caught wind that I was filing, and I filed. And a testament to who he is, he tried to beat me. So it was like, no.
Does it matter?
What's the point?
Yeah,
what's
what
the
does it
point
matter
of
with
that?
the?
Like, what's the point of who files? Why would he try to beat you to do that? What does that even? Is it just for the public?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I felt like it was just for public reputation, to save face, to maybe deflect and flip it in a way to be the victim. I really can't speak for him, but that was how it felt to me.
Andrew, I want to make sure that we're sensitive to you because this is real life issues. You guys have children together.
Yeah.
This is not like a TV acting situation. I know this isn't easy for you. You guys had 8 years of marriage. You put up with a lot. Honestly, even in previous seasons, I definitely feel for you because it felt like you wanted your marriage to work. You just wanted some honesty. And there were certain things that I think anybody watching is like, he bugging.
Not he bugging.
Yeah, this is wild. This is crazy. And so I saw the reason that you filed was these infidelities, that were happening and people even sending screenshots of conversations and things like that. Yeah. And how did he react to that? Because it feels like he also doesn't really take much accountability.
That part, yeah. That was it. It was, as a woman, as a wife, I just did what I felt that was my duty, which was to submit to my husband. And the better for worse was really sincere in my heart. My parents have been married for 60 years. So I only see, my example was seeing two people who loved each other constantly working to make their marriage right. So yeah, we had issues, but I always looked to him to own it, emotionally help me heal, apologize, just make things right. And I never received that. So the trust diminished. I now can say I think I lost a lot of confidence,
right?
Even still. So yeah, ultimately it was like enough is enough. Like now it's the public humiliation of it. So it's not even that we're dealing with this behind closed doors, and all of that just kind of had me to reach a breaking point.
You think this show made it worse, like the attention that he was getting from that, and people also being able to see everything play out? I remember, and when this happened, I was on the Breakfast Club at the time, but he did this whole thing where he went out of town and didn't tell you where he was going. I made that a topic. I was like, you can't go out of town and just not say where you are and think that that's okay and just be like, I need to get away.
Yeah.
Like getting away is like, let me go for a walk around the block for
right.
30 minutes.
Or this is where I'm going. This is where I'm staying. Here's my address. Let me that's stepping away and having a moment to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that was all. Like, I understand people needing a break, a timeout, but let me know. We have 3 kids. This was right after my Achilles surgery, so I essentially had one good leg. I was in a cast in the other one. So it was like, you leave. That was crazy. And I didn't know where he was, and he wasn't answering. So that was, an episode that I thought we moved past, but there was more of that,
Right.
So it wasn't getting better. It wasn't getting better.
Before we move on, is there anything either of you want to say to each other? No?
I do want to say that, Drew. I mean, as mentioned, I love you, and I have loved you. Ideally, I just want to see you happy. I mean, that's something that means the world to me. I want to see you happy, and whatever that actually does mean.
All right. Drew, I understand you have a new song you want to share with us. Do you want to tell us what it's about?
It was a song I wrote just when Ralph and I were going through our issues, and I really used music as my own therapy because I didn't always feel like I could express it. So,
Drew, you have gone through a lot this season. So what is your current relationship with each of the ladies?
It has been definitely a challenge. I think a lot was revealed to me this season, where people that I thought were my friends, I have learned that they're not my friends. And it's been heartbreaking.
Do you want to continue on in the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise?
Oh, Lord. That is a good question. I feel like this season, I feel like enough was enough on a lot of fronts and a lot of reasons. I don't know what the future holds. I really want to focus on my music. I really am enjoying that. So I really don't know. I'm not excited to return back because of what's happening right now. I feel like sometimes you have to take a personal moment in life to pay attention to what's important. And I think my family, my children is what's important for me, and doing things that really fulfill me. And I just feel like if I don't have real friends around and it's not a friendly, fun environment, because let's be honest, I don't think people have really gotten to see how much I love to laugh and how much I love to have fun and how much I love to just be silly. And, when I'm with my friends, my real friends, that's what you're going to get. We're silly, we're goofy, we have a good time. And I just have not been having the best of times in this group of ladies. So I feel like moving forward, if it's not a loving and friendly environment, not to say we won't have our moments of disagreements, but if it's not an inviting environment, I have to protect my family. And that's the choice that I'm making. So.
Ew. Like JK, but maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.